pieces of information on many topics. And what I do is when I read the writing from Wikipedia, after reading, I head down at the reference section. Most times, write-ups from Wikipedia provide you with initial literature, the names of authors and their titles that made the initial contributions on that topic. So at that level, you can take your pen and paper and write down the name of the text and the author. Now, second option is an app which I discovered just not up to a month ago. I will share the website with the organizers of this program so that they share with you. One of them is called Litmap. The other one is called Elicit. In Elicit, you type a concept. It brings you at least 4 references regarding this thing. And when it does that, in many cases, it gives you also the PDF of that document. So when you read through concepts in Elicit, it also provides initial guide. The same thing with Litmap. These last two I mentioned, I just discovered them not up to 1 month ago. So, but the number one thing I do is for any concept I'm not very at home with, I go to Google. Google is usually my first search point. I type that concept. When it comes out, I take the option from Wikipedia. I read through it and then I head towards the references and check the references the author of the Wikipedia document I referred to. Now, if the PDF of those documents are available, I pick them. If they are not available, I move up to the second stage. One part of the second stage is to reach out to colleagues in my circle. Please, do you have this text? Another way of doing it is to copy the title of that text I saw at the end of Wikipedia and post it back to Google. So many times when you post it back to Google, Google will check around to see if there are available sources for that document. If there are, most times if you look closely of all the topics they will bring for that search, if that one is available in PDF, you see PDF under the title of the heading you get from Google. So in brief, what I usually do is first I go to Google, whatever it brings, I check the Wikipedia option. After reading Wikipedia for the general knowledge, I go to the end of the Wikipedia reference section to look at some of the references it makes. 1 or 2 or 3 of them, I copy the title back to Google to check if I can get the text online. Many times anyway, some of these good texts are available online but for sale. So the question becomes, how can I access this? If you have a friend who is also in the same circle, you ask him if he or she has. By the time you check around and reach out to some of us, we may be able to check also our own circle to see if you can't get it in your circle. I'll check if I can get it in my circle. And before you do that, over a number of days or weeks, you see yourself having a good number of information on what you want. And quickly, my advice is, whatever you're working on, assuming that you have your computers, for each of your tasks, have a folder. For each of your tasks, have a folder so that you don't look for things. So this is where organization comes in. For each task you're doing, create a computer folder, name it that task. Anything you get relating to that, put it there so that it's easy for you to get around the information you have collected when you start working. I hope it's clear, Father.
Yes, Doc, thank you very much. Just an addendum.
Yes.
Sometimes some of these online things we provide maybe international literature that may not, let's say you are carrying out research for local readers, maybe within your diocese or within your state or within your locality. Yes, in as much as you also include some of these foreign materials, and sometimes it may also be good to get literature from the local author, let's say Nigerians who have dwelt on this issue, that may also appeal to the readers that you are working on. I don't know, sometimes you may not get these authors and this literature from this Wikipedia and all that. They may be referring you to some of these other authors, maybe foreign authors and all that. I don't know.
In the case of that, the presupposition here is that person who knows that there are local authors already has some ideas So if it is in that case that you already have some ideas on who has written on what, of course, when you check online and there are no references to their texts, you reach out to individuals who may know them. By the time you check your circle again, you may be able to get the text. But what you have said is particularly important for issues that relate to a particular context. But from my own assessment, I've come to realize that humanity shares the same set of problems. So whatever issue it is you want to address, of course, you need some conceptual clarifications. In which case, you may need, whether the resources you get are local or international, they may still help you to provide clarifications at the conceptual level. Unless the issues are so specifically local, then you focus on local sources. But if there are scarcity of sources, then your research may shift from reporting what is already there to finding a new information. Let's say it's a concept that is not particularly new, not particularly common, but it is predominant in your area. What you may do is to do focus group discussion of a few persons you can lay your hands on, who you know will be able to provide some ideas around that. So that can form part of your writing, that your discussion with 20 so class of persons enabled you to come out with so ideas. So in that sense then, you're not just going to literature, you're also now providing literature. You're providing information that is not already there. So I don't know whether the clarification is clear, but the key point here is, depending on the nature of the work you're doing, if it is too localized, international sources may still help you with conceptual clarifications. Then you go ahead to find local sources. By the time you make calls within your circle, if you can't find what you need within your circle, reach out to those outside your circle, or tell those in your circle to reach out in their other circles. So that's the essence of even this gathering we're having, that in the end, each of us has known one or two more persons. And by doing that, our circles have expanded, and so on and so forth. So in the world of writing also, every writer should have a circle of other writers. So if you get stuck with something, you reach out to others who are doing what you're doing. They may have what you do not have, and so on and so forth.
Okay. Thank you very much, Doc. Very, very grateful.
Thank you too. Yes?
All right, thank you so much. We have question from Miss UK. Okay, she can ask if any of them have questions. They can as well proceed later.
All right, thank you very much, Doc.
Yes, thank you.
For what you have explained, I have gotten the new ideas from what you just said. But concerning this writing for funding, does it also applicable to normal projects in the school? I mean, thesis, is it applicable to that too?
Sure, yes.
Okay, and when you write, because you are about to cover a number of maybe states that you cannot just easily get to, which means it involves a lot of money. And when you now apply and the fund is not coming, what do you do? Are you to abandon the project or to choose another topic? That is one. Two, in literature review, you'll be asked to get a number of literature concerning what you've written. And maybe the number of what you've gotten is not enough according to them, their own system or the pattern. What do you do? And that takes me to another question. Does it mean that there is no new topic that one can just carry out? Must your topic be related to someone else somewhere that you must have the literature review? I think another one is, okay, how do you know that a particular topic is researchable or not? Because sometimes after submitting a lot of topics for them to approve either one or so, you will be asked to change it, or they would like to modify it, or ask you that this particular topic is not researchable. So my question there is, how do you know those ones that are researchable? Or must you again get a topic from the already made ones from the Google or from anywhere? You type and you get and you like. Must it be, they can't one bring out a new topic? I think as you answer this one, maybe I will get it. That's like